Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another 10-minute review. Today, we're reviewing Monday Night Raw. And 10 minutes starts now. Let's quickly go. I feel like the main thing to highlight from this Raw was that main event. I love the main event. You got Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilja Dragunov in that triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying match. Sorry, my phone fell. But Drew McIntyre did win. How do I feel about this? I don't know. I personally think Ilja Dragunov should have won. I feel like he's at the point where he's now over with the fans. And yeah, that's really the main thing. I also don't think he should have taken the pin. I thought that was pretty stupid too. I feel like you should be trying to build this man up and up and up. But in reality, all he's really done is lose. Like, what was the point? At least he's like looked strong because he's somehow gotten over through all of this, which makes sense. He has put on good matches and all of that. But again, I just don't see why he lost. Except I do. Obviously, you're going to get Drew McIntyre in this Money in the Bank ladder match. And I don't know if he wins Money in the Bank or maybe Punk costs him. Either way, there's a good story there because one, it's CM Punk costing him. That furthers the Punk Drew story. And maybe Drew does win it. Then that's like a redemption arc for him because he's lost that twice, hasn't he? Like he's lost a title to a Money in the Bank cash-in twice. So I think that's a perfect way to maybe mess with Drew McIntyre's character. I have seen a pitch that someone said that McIntyre wins it and then just tosses it because he hates the stipulation so much. The only reason I don't think that would happen is because McIntyre did state how he wants to enter it to get a title shot. So I think that makes no sense there. But either way, I do understand why McIntyre won. I just think this could have been a perfect opportunity for Ilja to finally get a win and get even more over, especially because he hasn't really won. Also, Sheamus could have taken this pin. Also, there was no Ludwig Kaiser involved, unless I just wasn't paying attention. But why was he not involved? That would have easily further developed this Ludwig Kaiser Sheamus story. Like, I was kind of tuned out during the match, during parts of it, because I had stuff to do. But, like, I don't remember seeing Ludwig Kaiser. Could have been an easy storyline development. But whatever. Quickly moving on. We're already 2.5 minutes in-ish. Yeah. Some other significant stuff that happened on the show was Zoe Stark qualifying for Money in the Bank. I think that was great. People were saying to get Kai involved. I see why she wasn't. Except this damage control stuff doesn't really make sense to me. Well, Zoe Stark won with a Z360 after Kairi Sane tried to interfere, but then Isla Dawn Alba Fire dropped Kai, and that's just when Dawn and Fire dropped Sane, and that's just when Stark took advantage of the distraction. And then in a backstage interview, Dakota Kai was saying how she's annoyed that people keep getting involved in damage control's business. They got involved in theirs first. Like, what? Did they not? They attacked them last week. Like, that's on them. That promo made no sense to me. But then during the promo, Lyra Valkyria walked up and then Katana Chance and Kane Carter attacked them. So I guess what goes around comes around. So that was fine. It's just that there's been no action from this tag women's division at all. No Fire and Dawn really featured except attacking Kairi Sane. That was pointless, I felt. This just seemed like a weird episode of Raw, really. The Braun Breaker Sammy stuff, I guess, is good. I don't know. I feel like they could have done something bigger, though, on a go-home show to Money in the Bank for this. It was pretty cool seeing Breaker and Sammy actually face-to-face and doing some moves on each other, I will say. Again, I feel like there could have been something bigger. In conclusion, Sammy, he basically called him out. Braun came down. Breaker hit Zayn with a spear as he was going to leave. And then Zayn rolled out of the ring. He was going to go for another spear on him to the outside, that one he does around the ring. But Zayn jumped it, and then Zayn hit a exploder in the ring, and then went for a haluva kick, but Braun ran up on a spear on him instead. It was cool. Let me pull up my notes so I can remember what else happened on this show, just so I don't miss anything. I'm trying to think of the order I want to tackle this. A lot of Judgment Day stuff. We'll do that last. Quickly, we'll tackle the Xavier Woods carrying cross stuff. Xavier Woods won with a roll-up pin. And then after, the New Day were viciously destroyed. Kofi was beat down by Cross. He locked in this vicious armbar. It looked crazy. It looked like he could actually break his arm. And I feel like you don't see that from submissions. Like, the submissions look brutal, but it doesn't look like you can actually like break an arm. That looks like you could break an arm. That looked bad. And then AOP powerbomb Woods into the what's that called? The barricade. So it looks like this feud may not be over yet. Maybe this is how we're going to get to a Big E return, but honestly, I still think that one of them, probably Woods, should join the Final Testament, and then Kofi does whatever, and then Big E comes back and tries to reunite them all as the big payoff. I still think that's the way to do it, except what do I know? Then, to start off the show, we got the Jey Uso Chad Gable thing, where Jey just kind of came out, said he was going to win. Then Gable come out and was like, nah, I am. And then they talked about the Wyatt Six a little bit, and well, you said their name and they appeared, and that's when Gable got really scared. Gable and Uso brawled a little bit before that, my bad, but Gable ran off, and as he's running, the lights go out, the music hits, the smoke starts to form, and then he's like trying to run out through the crowd. He tries to go one way, there's a big light appears, and you can see, I think it's Joe Gacy standing in front of it, and he tries to go another way, and you see another big light, and you see Rowan standing in front of it, and then you see that again, and I couldn't tell if it was Uncle Howdy or Dexter Loomis. Whoever it was, well, they scared him off. And then also you got Nikki Cross giving another VHS tape to Michael Cole, and there was another backstage interview of Uncle Howdy talking to Bo Dallas, and another great interview that I think you guys should check out, because I don't have the time to recap it, so just go check it out. And now for the Judgment Day stuff, because honestly, that's like half the show. No Braun Strowman this week, by the way. That was interesting. But yeah, so you also got No Miz and R-Truth. That was stupid. You should at least have them have some sort of fallout for this title thing. I get they did a backstage interview last week, but that was dumb. And Jade, you didn't even see JD McDonough on the show. Like, he's one half of your new tag team champions. You don't show him once. Okay. Anyway, Priest and Dom are walking into the Judgment Day clubhouse or whatever, and well, Liv Morgan is there gaming with Finn, JD, and Carlito. I think there was like a hint here. It was kind of funny. On the game, it was Damian Priest just destroying Braun Strowman in a match. I think that's good. Maybe that's foreshadowing. If it is, that's beautiful. That's perfect. But Finn and Priest kind of get in an argument saying how Liv helped win the tag titles. Priest is like, she shouldn't be here, yada, yada. That is when Liv left. She left right as Priest walked in. Then Finn was saying how Priest has changed, and well, we'll get more to that later. But yeah, basically the whole point was that Finn's mad at Priest. Priest is kind of upset with Finn. It's a whole thing. And then you go later to this Seth Rollins promo. He's talking about how he's getting his opportunity to win the world title and how he's going to. And he didn't ask for Priest to leave Judgment Day. And then that's when Priest comes out. It's not when Priest comes out. That's when Finn Balor comes out, which is what makes this really interesting. And then Finn is there, and he's saying how a lot of stuff has changed, including who gets let into Judgment Day, and including Damian Priest has changed, and he blames it all on Seth. Seth says Finn is just mad because Priest could win the big one, and he couldn't. That was a fire line. There's the drama. There's the tension build up. But then Priest comes down, and well, Seth says, I'm not going to fall into your Judgment Day trap. Priest is saying how it's not a trap, but that's when Balor attacks. And this was honestly a really good segment. But basically, Finn Balor wanted to beat up Seth, Priest didn't. And then as they're arguing about it, because Balor started to, Seth goes to take out Balor, but he coincidentally also takes out Priest. As he curb stomps Finn Balor, Priest comes back in and drops him with a South of Heaven. We go back to a commercial, we come back, Priest and Balor in the back, and Priest is offering Balor his condolences, like, look man, I'm glad you're okay. Sorry it turned out that way, but I need to do this on my own. And Balor, well, he just doesn't really say anything. He's just kind of there in pain. Priest says he's going to give him some ice and goes to fist bump him, but Balor doesn't do it back. So there's some beef in the Judgment Day. I'm actually really curious to where this is going to go. I think we are going to see a Judgment Day split. Later on, you also got Liv being Zelina Vega due to a Dom interference, kind of, but it wasn't meant to be. I don't have much time, so I'm kind of recapping quickly. And a Dom versus Rey Mysterio match, which was also really good, where Liv inadvertently costed Dom the match. Rey hit a 619 in that match too, a very weird looking 619, like a different, if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was great. So I'm really interested to see where this all goes. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm very excited because there's just a lot going on here with Judgment Day. I do think it's going to come down to a split. Just who goes with who is the question. I'm thinking it could be a Priest and Dom, and then a Finn and JD type thing. Where does that leave Carlito? Where does that leave Rhea? Where does that leave Liv? I don't know. I'm assuming Liv would probably go with Finn and JD. Rhea goes with the other guys. And then Carlito's just there, playing 2K in the Judgment Day clubhouse. Yeah, I think that's about everything on Raw. And just as the timer hit, let me just check my notes, see if I missed anything significant. I don't think I did. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, that's my 10-minute review. Hope you all enjoyed. There will be an NXT one. There'll probably be an AEW one. Last week I didn't do one. And then I never upload those quizzes, and I deeply apologize. I've been busy trying to do stuff. Kinda. And then hopefully I'll get a Money in the Bank predictions video out. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace. I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit. Oh shit.